podcast.
And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standard, the podcast celebrating all the amazing things you can do while sitting, whether it's enjoying movies, watching television, or playing games. I am one of your hosts, David Bray. I didn't say that last week, so no one knew who I was last week.
Everyone knows who you are.
Okay,
David.
well, I am joined as always by my cohort, Gerald Bills.
Hello.
Good to see you, sir. If you are listening to the audio version, as we always say, go to youtube.com/sitdownstandard. You can see our beautiful faces as well as this amazing production that we put together.
Quotes under beautiful.
Oh, come on. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder and the internet. The internet's always so nice. Anyways, if you can listen to just the audio version, we're on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, and Google Play Store.
Just all of them.
All
right,
of that good
pretty
stuff.
Much.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Sit Down Standards. And now that we got all that out of the way,
Done. Can we just pre-record that and just hit a button? We sit here and kind of get our notes together. All right, let's talk about it, right?
Well, it's one of those things I assume people, they listen to the first 5 minutes.
It's just going to get to the point where it's like the end of a car commercial, Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and yeah.
Yeah. Limitations or whatever they say at the what is that, Micro Machine Guy? Anyways. That was the Micro Machine Guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Who's Micro? Like the little toy cars? Micro Machine?
So there was a guy who did like the voices, and he could talk really fast, and he would be like Micro Machines, blah, 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 blah. Like at the end of like ads, that they say like limitations excluded, not all participating offices or whatever.
Not a real doctor, somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. Side effects are. Anyways, let's talk about what we did this weekend. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Cha-cha-cha.
Not so much.
Oh, come on.
It's a light week this week, David.
But we were both busy at work this week, but we did manage to get some stuff done for the podcast. I know it's funny that we oh man, I did fun stuff this week. It was really hard to get to fun stuff. But anyways.
Well, before I had to be like, okay, I got to at least do a couple things a week. And it wasn't like a chore. It's just I tried to set some time aside for like things to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's just work, man.
Yeah.
Life, David.
I know. I always say this job would be easier if we didn't have to do all the work.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, so what you got going on this week, at least for limited stuff?
I played some more PS4 games, David.
Okay, so last time we checked, you finished...
Uncharted, the first Uncharted game?
Yes. So are you on Uncharted 2?
Yes, but I finished the first God of War game.
Okay, and what did you think of that?
Very good.
It was the best game of 2006?
4, like whenever it came out on PS2. No, but it's really dumb, but it's like... It's mindless.
Do you find that it's repetitive? Because that was the one thing I remember playing it as like way back. It was kind of like, okay, I'm done with like the comboing, like this hitting the X button a billion times.
A little bit, but not enough where I'm like, just like, I wasn't like, I obviously wanted to finish the game, but I wasn't pushing myself through it, know?
Go, okay.
But yeah, it's very fun. Obviously those boobs and stuff, it's ridiculous. There's like, it's gory stuff. You're ripping people's heads off. It's just...
You're doing all this so you can catch up to the new one that's coming out?
Yeah, it's just called God of War on the PS4 one.
I love that they do that.
Yeah, but I want to get because they remastered God of War 3 on the PS4, so I'm trying to at least get to a PS4 game, David.
That's right.
I still have not played any quote unquote like 4 PS4 games.
Yeah.
Although I played like remasters and stuff.
What games did you... Okay, the one game you did get with your system is Uncharted 4.
4.
So,
but I got to play the first 3,
How hard
David.
is it not to play the fourth one? Just to me, that would be so hard to do. I want to play the new one now.
Well, no, like, I do want to play it, but I want to know the story. Like, I want to get into these games. So I'm not just going to skip ahead, David.
All right.
You don't watch Jedi before you watch New Hope. Come on now.
No, some people do.
Weirdos.
They do the machete cut of Uncharted.
Stupid.
So you finished God of War.
Finished God of War, very good. Started God of War 2. It's just funny because you were talking about how it's like God of War 1 made sense because he didn't have a lot of powers and stuff, but by the end of God of War 1, spoiler alert, he is the God of War, takes over for Ares because he killed him. So at the end of God of War 2, it's like Zeus betrays you, takes all your powers away.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it because it's like Zeus is in the first one. Like, why? I don't know. But it's like...
He's super powerful, but he doesn't take Ares. I don't know. Anyways.
But like, it's this...
I'm not trying to spoil
Kratos...
something, but there is some backstory to him, I think, in the second one that goes into like how he became, Kratos, the whatever. I don't know.
God of War Kratos or the Sparta Kratos? Because like they went over that in the first game.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Why he's crazy. Or why he's so angry.
Yeah, and he's white because it's like the ashes of his
good. All right. I didn't want to spoil that.
Dead wife and son that he killed.
Yeah.
It was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
it was pretty cool. Actually, I was like, oh, this is pretty deep.
Yeah, it's deep, but it's dumb, but it's fun. Like I like games like that where like I'll play like Uncharted if I want to like sit and concentrate, or I'll play God of War if I want to have a drink and like not worry about it. You know what I mean?
But I think the story is good enough in there. It's that whole, the idea that he made a deal with the devil, right? He got all this power to defeat his enemies, but at the same time, but then it was the rage of the fight that ended up killing his family.
But like how like at the end of God of War 1, right? He's the god of war because he killed Ares and stuff, and he sits on the throne, and people who fight wars fight it in his name because he's the god of war, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it showed like cuts of like World War II and stuff. It's like
they're trying to fit it into like I know.
Stupid. And then like God of War 2, he's like, I'm all powerful, I don't need powers, blah blah blah. Screw you, Zeus, and Zeus just stabs him in the gut. And it's like, okay.
Remember who's the boss.
Exactly. So it's dumb, but it's very fun.
Were you ever into the Arthenian? I guess it's not Arthenian. What is it? The like the mythology, like Greek mythology or Norse mythology or any of that stuff?
Growing up as a kid, like in high school, or
Did you
I couldn't say high school, like elementary school.
You were into it?
I was an Egyptian into that. Like,
of course you were.
Like pyramids, so I just thought it was so cool, the different gods and symbols. I just thought it was so cool.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Never went down the rabbit hole though. What just you just thought it was interesting. You didn't do anything.
Yeah. Thought it was interesting. I had like these my grandmother, I don't know, somebody gave me these like papyrus, whatever it's called, like paintings.
Papyrus, yeah.
Paintings. It's like they're supposed to look old.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's just, I had them in my room. It's ridiculous. Anyways,
I always wanted to go on the Hidden Temple, Legends of the Hidden Temple show.
Right. So
Ermac.
Another game I started playing Last of Us Remastered.
All right, so you're jumping ahead now, because I think that was after. No, it was after Uncharted 2, but before Uncharted 3. I think is when that came out as far as Naughty Dog's releases.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh my god, that game.
That game, David.
Yeah.
The trailer, the teaser for the second one came out, I guess, a month ago or something. The PlayStation Experience thing. And I really want to watch it. They're like, hey, if you want to play this game, don't watch this. Yep. You know, so I didn't watch it. Really excited to play this. I was gonna wait to play it till after the Uncharted games because I was kind of going in order, but I'm like, I just can't. Like, I know it's gonna be a super good game. So I started it, and man, those first 30 minutes, man, brutal.
Yeah, well, it's like out of Pixar, right? You like get introduced to a character and then just destroy that character's life. It's like, oh, perfect.
This and they're not zombies per se. I mean, they're pretty much zombies, right? They're fungus zombies.
Yeah,
tail fungus zombies. But yeah, the whole opening like sequence of the game. I'm not going to spoil any super stuff or anything, but it's the apocalypse or like the uprising or the virus outbreak, however you want to call it, happening, and like you're living this,
right,
and it's like
going through it, how people are reacting in real time,
and it's legit. Like,
they don't
holy
pull punches,
crap, man. Yeah.
I do like when you get into the game where like because now time has passed and there's like
it's
survivors.
20 years too,
right? I like how crap. Like how all the plants and vegetation have like overgrown everything. That looks really cool.
And whenever you see that in like a post-apocalyptic movie or whatever, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Super good so far. I'm a couple hours in. It's good. I'm really bad at the shooting, like combat wise.
I think it's meant to be bad. Most of their games their shooting is bad. Naughty Dog can't nail. Like, even cover mechanic shooting isn't very good with that game.
Well, I'm trying to do the whole sneaking around stuff, and there are scenes where you have to do that because you shoot your gun and like everyone's on you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that is fun and like very nerve-wracking, and like there's these enemies called clickers where they can't see, but like it's by
clicking sound.
And you can crouch, but if you crouch, like if you're still walking too fast, they'll still Yeah.
Do you like? Because I thought you didn't like stealth games because that's my cup of tea.
No. I definitely like stealth. Like Splinter Cell, the first Splinter Cell, the first couple.
I didn't like you liked Metal Gear Solid or any of those games.
Well, I never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games.
Now that you got a PlayStation, you got to go back.
Well, okay, so
you gotta.
So okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I like me some stealth games, David.
Yeah.
But if you get into the stealth with like a really bizarre story, not my thing.
Oh well, Japanese.
Exactly. Exactly.
Metal Gear Solid checks both of those boxes. But
exactly.
The gameplay is fantastic as far as in Last of Us, as far as the stealth mechanics. But I also enjoy it's the same thing BioShock had, which you weren't a huge fan of, but it's like the dialogue that the non-playable characters have that when you're just waiting on them to turn the corner and they're like, when they know you're in a room or something and they're yelling and screaming at you. That's just amazing. No,
in this game, and you kind of see a little bit in the Uncharted games too. I'm sure you see it in the later versions of the game, but like Ellie, the girl, everyone knows, like the dialogue she has with characters. Like, hey, F you, man, I'm not just a little girl, it's not really part of this, it's just funny, just the random dialogue that happens.
Well, the reason
you go into a room that's like a secret area, and she's like, oh, hey, look at this, and it's...
Yeah, they do a good job of, like, instead of having something pop up on the screen that says, this is a special room, and this is, like, the characters' dialogue with each other gives you context for what's going on, which is genius. But I think the Uncharted games are all Naughty Dog games, I believe, when they do motion capture, they do it with the actual people who are the voice actors, and they do it together. So there's less of that weird, like one person's talking very loud and the other person like reacts in a very like
it's
they're
more
like,
genuine,
what
right?
do you think? And they're like, I think this is, and you're like, that's not, you guys are way off on exactly.
It's almost like when we did our internet podcast,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
The laughs is overall off. But yeah, so far very good. Yeah. And then there's Horizon Zero Dawn coming out the end of this month. So I'm like, man, I got to get through these games. 'Cause I really want to play that game.
You should play, see, there's a bunch of old PlayStation classics that you should play. Like, I know Heavenly Sword was like, looked great, but it was a fun game. It's got God of War.
With red hair, right?
Yeah, it's got a God of War feel kind of to it. There's a bunch of games that you need to pick up, especially if like you're just trying to burn through them. Like if you're just like, do you feel like it's a task? Or are you enjoying it?
No, I'm definitely enjoying it. And
okay.
I'm not just like running through. I'm like Last of Us and God of War. I'm going through like the crannies and stuff and getting all the, trying to upgrade all the powers or whatever. So I'm not just rushing through these games. Cause like I said, I want to, I asked for the PlayStation, right, to play through these games and enjoy them. So I'm trying to enjoy them.
Cool.
Other than that, we got a story this week, David.
Okay.
An update from the 2017 resolution, or what do we call it? Our bold predictions.
Bold predictions of 2017.
So far winning, David.
Yes, you are.
Ben Affleck has dropped out of directing The Batman.
Yeah, I feel like you knew. Did you call Ben?
Do it now.
Yeah, I made the bold prediction.
No, I mean, there were some like rumors and stuff behind the scenes, and it's just like, this like I said, I think the writing was on the wall.
I love the explanation from him, though. Batman requires all of my time and energy to play. I'm like, bro, you're not fooling nobody.
Yeah, and he's brought in multiple scriptwriters have worked on it. It's just, I'm sure it's just not good. And then Ben Affleck directed that movie this year, which didn't do very well. It was supposed to be quote unquote Oscar bait.
Live by Night, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. So maybe he's just like, I just need to like,
you know what's
slow
funny?
my roll.
The big thing about that movie, which might be the reason he decided to step away from this, was the big criticisms of that movie, because it's like a gangster movie where it's like a guy who was a soldier and then gets screwed over somehow and then becomes part of the mob. I don't know. I didn't see the movie, but I know that that's kind of the vein of the story. And it seems like it's a 10-episode TV show crammed into a 2-hour.
Oh, really?
And that's always kind of a problem of some of the DC movies. It feels bloated and stuff that's in it is rushed. So there's no pun intended, punch for when things happen, right? So I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I think he's a good director, but he's not flawless, right? You know, I mean,
no director is flawless, right?
Your boy JJ. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Some of his older movies, I know. I got to go back and see.
Yeah. Anyways, but I'm saying
Mission Impossible 3 was amazing. Just gonna say.
Really, but yeah, Super 8 was really great. So a lot of that stuff.
But yeah, so I think this is. I just wanted to get your reaction, David, because I know you're I'm a DC fan as well, but I'm more of a Marvel fan than. But I don't want to see these big, nerdy, quote-unquote, properties fail. I mean, I know people think that because I shit on DCU all the time and stuff, but like, I really want these things to succeed because why not, right?
Well, the next movie's supposed to have Slade Wilson in it, right? Deathstroke in it. That I think they revealed that as the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. For the Batman,
yeah, which is a decent bad guy, but I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing. I mean, a part of me is like, yeah, bring somebody else in because like Ben Affleck was sort of involved with Zack Snyder stuff and that didn't help. But I don't know what his involvement was from a directorial standpoint.
Speaking of, there's an online petition right now trying to get Snyder to direct it. I'm like, oh my god, no, please.
Really?
To direct the Batman, yeah. Just a bunch of fans, yeah.
Like I said, he does things well. He should be in charge of cinematography for movies. That's what he should do. But anyways, I don't know. It doesn't look good. Right? It's not good when the director, when they signed, they were so excited by his...
And that was like the bright spot, right? You're like, like Suicide Squad wasn't good. Batman vs. Superman, but we got Ben Affleck directing a Batman movie. But then it's like, oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, but the guy who directed Suicide Squad had some chops. He did that tank movie. I can't remember the name of it. Fury? Yeah, and that was fantastic. So I don't know if it's WB. I don't know if it's...
I think it's the studio, like, trying to put too much into it. Just, like, stop.
Well, the good news is... I mean, I guess the good news is that with the Batman movie, they've already established the character... I mean, that we don't need to see... If they show... I swear to God, if they show his parents dying...
Didn't they show him Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah.
The slow-mo pearls.
If they do that again, I'm just going to get up and walk out and be like, guys, everyone knows. Just stop. He doesn't need to, like, Batman he's living it every day, and we just keep reminding him.
And he's just one of those superheroes, or quote-unquote superheroes, guys, that you don't, like, he's always had the same origin, right?
Yeah, no one's ever messed with the origin. Well, that's not true. Some people have, but...
Tweaked it a little bit, but
not
like...
in the movies, per se. But yeah, I don't know. I still am optimistic for Wonder Woman. I think this is if you burn me on this, you're going to have an uphill battle. But again, it's Batman.
Strike 4, David. Shame on you.
No, but I'm saying Batman is Batman. Batman holds is different from all the other DC characters. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorite. He might even be my favorite of the superhero comic book universe. So, but that is also, you can burn even a bigger bridge they've already, like I said, we've talked to death about him killing a bunch of people, and like I want to hear that explanation. Please provide a explanation as to why Batman is unhinged, and maybe this will be him coming back to the non-killing ways. I don't know, but
who knows what the mind of Zack Snyder is thinking?
And have they said who he called in for directing?
No confirmed director.
And I feel like.
Point.
You really think it's a handoff? He's like, dude, I'm done. Like, I don't know. I don't know how the industry
because like my
works.
bold prediction was that he was going to walk away from the DCU completely, right? Or did I just say that?
No, he said director. He's because he has a contract. I mean, he'd have to pay a lot of money, and he wants to get paid. Come on.
Yeah, who doesn't?
And you want to be Batman? Come on.
All right, so that's what I said. I wasn't sure if I said just directing or from walking away.
No,
completely.
you said directing, just completely walking away from directing,
Nailed it.
which is a big deal because that was, like you said, that was WB's feather in their cap. Is like, we got Ben Affleck. But
directing.
Yeah, we tricked him.
Yeah, wah.
Yeah,
sorry, DC fans. You could just drain the swamp and start all over again, David. You can always do that.
Yeah.
Reboot it again.
Exactly. Just
works so far. Anyways,
Nintendo trying to do it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got from me, David.
Man, you are short this week.
I told you. I read a news story and I played a PS4 game. David, what do you have this week? What you doing?
A couple things. Speaking of movies, I watched a movie that I didn't catch when it came out, I think about 3 years ago, and then they're coming out with a second edition or
that came out
chapter.
3 years ago?
I think
sure?
so.
I want to say like 2. I'm looking it up right now while you're talking.
They're coming out with, because it's 2017. I think it came out in 2014.
Okay.
Anyways, it's John Wick.